Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. And we are back with an episode of Toe to Toe to Toe to Toe. That's right, we have 4 shoes here, and we are going to do a comparison / review of them all and see which one comes out on top. I will go through the lineup with you, but just a little background. As you know, I purchased these great sneakers. If you haven't watched the video, please go back and watch that. I purchased these great sneakers about a month ago, and it's Greats of Brooklyn. They are made in Italy, and they came recommended by the Cavalier with the K. And I have enjoyed these shoes, no problem. And what happened was very recently, Edmonds, which is these two right here, had a sale on sneakers, and it was something like 20% off with an extra whatever in the checkout or whatever. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity to purchase some more sneakers. So that's why we have 2 pair. And at the same time, I purchased these shoes, which are Carlos Santos, courtesy of our good friend Kostas from thenobleshoe.com. I'll leave a link in the video, in the description, to his website. And also, Kostas has started a YouTube channel. It's called Misiu Academy or something like that. But I'll leave that link as well. And he's doing videos about, he's doing reviews of shoes and other men's clothing. And it's always good to have someone with a lot of knowledge, more so than a novice like myself, to go through the details and explain things about shoes that we may not know. So please go check him out and make sure you go shop at his website, because he has some awesome deals there. And he has he has Carlos Santos, of course, but he's added some other brands, some very, very fine brands. And you should definitely check that out. So we'll go through these shoes, and we'll start with this one on the right here. This is the Edmonds Canal Court, and it is in walnut. And as well, walnut and / white, and that's the bottom of the sole. So walnut / white. And this shoe, well, we'll go through each one. One thing I want to do is, when I'm doing these shoe reviews and comparisons, these toe-to-toe, I like to come up with some type of grading system. So guys, comment down below what you'd like to see in the grading. You know, we could talk about fit, we could talk about finish, we could talk about comfort level, things of that nature. And you can just let me know what you'd like to know specifically about these shoes. And as we get a good grading system going, we can say, total score of such and such. And that will give us an overall picture of what we can expect when we purchase these shoes. Now, all of these shoes have a removable insole, and that tells you a little something about the shoes. I'll take this one out from Edmonds. And as you can see, it is a trademark brand called Flyform insole. And of course, it has the shoe name, the Canal Court. This insole is it's soft. It's I guess sort of a medium cushion feel, and of course at the bottom of the footbed is a hard cardboard type material. And one thing about this particular shoe is, you won't be able to see it here, but on the inside of the tongue, this shoe is actually made in Dominican Republic. And one thing I can say is, when I first pulled this shoe out the box, there's a couple things. The first thing I noticed when I pulled it out the box, you should be able to see this, but there's some stripes here, some diagonal stripes in the finish, and it came out the box like that. So I'd say, the finish quality is a little bit lacking, a little bit. I mean, I can see if it's more of a splotchiness, because of the painting. It wasn't smooth. But these lines, the very, defined lines here, that sticks out quite a bit. The other thing I noticed was when I took them out the box, put them on my feet, and walked around, they were squeaking like I had rubber ducks on my feet. I mean, like crazy. Squeak, squeak, squeak. That's another thing I noticed. But as you can tell now, even when I did this with them, they were squeaking. But as you can tell now, they softened up. All of these shoes I've worn. I actually did a recording of a video, sort of an unboxing of all of them, just to, kind of an initial type thing. But I said, well, let me go ahead and wear them. That way we can get a better look, a better idea about how these shoes will wear over time, or even just, how long they take to wear in. So the squeakiness went away. I put these on probably in about 30 minutes. The squeaking had gone. And one other thing I noticed, and it's with both of these Allen Edmonds, is this area here, I had pressure points. And I think because of the tongue, where the tongue gets stitched, it's in this area. And so there's a little fold in the leather that's, going down on the top of my foot. And so as I wore these, I could feel that while I was wearing them. And this particular shoe was a little bit less pronounced than the other shoe that I'm going to show you. But it did get better as well over time. And I think that the time for these shoes to break in is going to be more than the other shoes. And I guess part of that is, they're made in the Dominican Republic. And I think the leather is not quite as good as the other pair. But that's okay because they are still comfortable shoes to wear. And we can look at, more as we go on. So that is the Allen Edmonds Canal Court, again, in walnut. And overall, it's, nice looking shoe. If you want a sort of light brown shoe, that's a good option. And staying in Allen Edmonds, let's go ahead and go to the other pair. This is the Porter Derby, is the name. And as you can see, it is a brown grain leather. It has a little tan band that goes all the way around. And it has a white sole. It's actually an off-white sole, just like the Canal Court. It's more of an off-white than a white. There you have the tread. And this is what it looks like. Now, I can say the finish on this, there's no issue at all. I would imagine, if this grain is grain leather, I would imagine it's hard to kind of mess up black finish. But let's take a look at the insole. And here is the insole there. There we go. And you can see it's the same fly form insole. But you can also see that these were actually made in Portugal, right? And this is the same type insole as the Canal Court. But on the inside of the footbed of the Porter Derby, let's get this back. Come back. There we go. On the inside, this has a nice foam padding at the bottom of the footbed. And I can say that as far as the bottom feeling of my foot, these shoes are the most comfortable on the bottom of my foot. And I distinguish the bottom because on the top of my foot, again, this area here, some serious pressure points. more so than on the canal court in the beginning, but over time these loosened up. But the biggest issue I had with these shoes was back here on the heel. Now this lining of the heel, the interior of the heel here is like a suede. So when I first saw that, I said, well, these have to be more comfortable than the others. Well, the problem is this part of the heel was rubbing up and down on the back of my heel as I walked. And in about 20 minutes, I had to take the shoes off. It was just getting unbearable. It was that bad. And I had socks on. But had I kept doing it, I'm sure I would have either had a blister or some type of, chafing of the back of my heel. Now, that was over the weekend that I wore them. Then, it took about 20 minutes and I took them off. I was in Lowe's. When I got in the car, I took them off, came home. Today, I decided, well, before I do the video, let me put them back on and just see if that will improve. And indeed, it did. I wore them for about 30 minutes, walking around in the store, and the heel indeed improved, and it's no longer an issue. The pressure here is still an issue, but it's going away. So I imagine, with a little more wear, there should be no problem. Now, my left foot is slightly larger than my right foot. And so that's why on the right foot, I had the up and down on the heel. I didn't have that issue on the left side. It was just the right side. So that is the Porter Derby from Allen Edmonds. Nice shoe, very comfortable, especially on the bottom. Okay, let's put that back in there. And I didn't point it out, but on the inside of the sole of the heel of the canal court, it is a dual. This top portion is lined in leather. The top portion is lined in leather, and the inside bottom part is sort of that suede, but it's not as soft. It's very hard. Okay. So that is the canal court, the Porter Derbies. Next, let's look at the greats. Again, I did a video, just an unboxing of the greats. These are comfortable, no issues at all with these. Leather soft, they wear well. If I had to give them, if I had to say something negative about them, is that they are, I guess, slightly larger than the others. I have to talk about the sizing too, but these are slightly larger and they're a little more chunky. They're a little more chunky than the others. They may not look as chunky. They may not look more chunky than the Allen Edmonds, but walking in them feels like you have, a chunkier shoe. It's more of a plop, plop, plop. More like a flop than a smooth heel to toe. That's the only knock. The finish is nice. It's all white on white. It's not an off white. I don't know if you call it a true white, but it's definitely lighter than the Allen Edmonds. The Allen Edmonds is definitely an off-white on both of them. So slightly larger on the fit. Slightly larger on the fit, but great. I like these shoes, especially for a white on white. It was a good first buy of white on white minimalist shoe. I'm very pleased with these shoes. And that will lastly take us to, I'm going to have to go back and talk about the size, but lastly, let's go to the Carlos Santos shoes. Again, from thenobleShoe.com. And let's get it focused there. There you have a look at them. This color is called Coimbra, Coimbra. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, leave a comment below of the correct pronunciation. These shoes, when I put them on, it's like I'm not wearing shoes, which is ideally what you want your shoes to feel like, like feel like nothing. Inside here, they again have like the Allen Edmonds Porter Derbies, this suede type material from top to bottom. Very nice. Again, a removable insole. Now this one is different from the others. This has a firm padding, which is super comfortable, like the bottom of that Porter Derby. Right? The other insoles were soft, and I forgot to show you guys this, but this is a branded insole. I guess it's Sani Zaho Gel, something like that. That's a branded insole, and this is very nice. It's nice and firm. I give a slight nod to the Porter Derbies as far as the footbed comfort, but very, very close second is the Carlos Santos. And again, these shoes, I put them on. It's like I don't have them on. Very, very comfortable. I'm going to give the win of this lineup to the Carlos Santos. Easily. My favorite shoes. When I want to wear some sneakers, I'll reach for these first. And the only reason I wouldn't is if a color issue. So I need to find some more of these. He also has a navy that's available right now on the website that I've seen. I'm not sure if there's a white on white there. And I can't remember if these were on sale or not. But they were $199 from the Noble Shoe. Make sure you go check them out. Now, as far as sizing, size 10.5, 9.5 UK fits perfect. No problem. The grapes, size 10.5, 9.5 UK, slightly larger. You may say a 10.75, like a quarter inch, maybe an eighth of an inch more than the Carlos Santos. I initially ordered the Allen Edmonds in 10.5, and they were too big. So I had to get a half size down. I ordered them together, but I got the canal courts first. The canal courts came first, and kudos to Allen Edmonds because it only took like 2-3 days maybe to get to my front door, which is great. We have 2 stores here in Houston, two retail stores. So maybe one of them had them in stock and they were able to ship them from the store, which is probably why. But that's good. If you have an Allen Edmonds close to you, you can expect that kind of service if the shoe is in stock. When I pulled them out the box, other than the stripes that you see there on the finish, I could immediately tell that they were too big. And I took them to the retail store, instead of sending them back through the box, shipping them back. And, it just took me a few more days to get it right because they didn't have it in stock. But while I was at the store, I was able to try on the Porter Derbies in size 10. And once these came in, I exchanged them both for the size 10. So I'd say the Allen Edmonds run large. Even though on this website, I think they say they run true to size. They run large. Trust me. So if I were to rank these shoes, let's just overview. Let's talk about finish. I got to start using index cards. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of spill of the color onto the sole. And I don't, look, you can see it, it's kind of in different places, which kind of tells me that these were hand finished, because this is a patina. The Coimbra the color is actually a patina that is available in some of the dress shoes. The Noble Shoe has a patina service, and this is one of the colors that you can have. All right, ran out of memory, so I'm back. I was saying that the patina, so that tells me this is hand finished, which is that's good because there's some craftsmanship involved with that and some skill. So I'm not gonna knock the little edge treatment there. I'm pretty sure that's paint and not polish. But I'm gonna put some cleaning on them to see if I can get that off. If not, no big deal. So I'd say finish on the Porter Derbies, great. The finish on it's white on the great sneakers, greats are greats, and not so great on the canal courts. We talked about the stripes on that. The other thing is I had some walnut. I had some walnut polish, cream polish. They call it speed polish on Allen Edmonds. As you can see, it didn't take so well. So I got to go back and clean all it up. And some of it's on the sole, but that comes right off. So not so great on the finish on that one. Comfort. I'd say these two. No, this is better. This is best. This is the best comfort, top to bottom, uppers and the sole. The upper and the sole on the Carlos Santos, excellent. Come on, man. Excellent comfort and excellent fit. So as I said, these are the winners, hands down. Number two, I'd have to give to the greats. No issues with these, except they were slightly larger. So not as a firm fit as the Carlos Santos. Next in line would be the Porter Derbies, because of the exquisite footbed of the Porter Derbies. They're extremely comfortable, and I imagine over time that the issues with the pressure points will completely dissipate, and I will have no issue with those. And last place would be the canal court overall of the shoe. Now these are actually comfortable to wear. They're comfortable to wear. I think they're going to take a longer brick in than the Porter Derbies, and there's some finish issues with the finishing that places it in last place. Oh, hope you guys like it. We'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you go check out the Noble Shoe. Make sure you go to Allen Edmonds' website and don't miss out on those sales when they have them. And hopefully this video was helpful as far as what you can expect when you purchase some of these shoes. We'll see you next time. Peace.